Smart Shorties with Mr. Craig. Hi guys and gals, Mr. Craig here from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Green Bay and the Youth Arts Initiative. I'm here not to talk about our comic pages. This is our other project that we're doing, and we're really working hard on that. I have just finished another page that I got to get printed and get it up on the wall, and it's one of my favorites so far. Kind of deals with a commercial. I'll share that in another video. And I want to teach you guys a really fun and quick lesson that's going to get your mind rolling and creative, because that's a big one. We want to be creative and use our brains as only we can, which is great. We're going to take our piece of paper today. You're going to need an 8.5 sheet, 8.5 by 11 piece of bond paper, or whatever paper that you can get, and we're going to fold it hamburger style, and then we're going to fold it hot dog style. Look at that, now it's long and thin. Then we're going to fold it one more time, so we end up with a tiny little box like this, a little box like that. Do you see the tiny box? And we're going to open it up, la 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 la. So we have a sheet that's nice and big like this, but it's also been broken into 8 separate boxes. Okay, this is just a really quick way of measuring out 8 separate boxes, and I'm going to just put a line down here so you guys can kind of see where these folds are. And look at that, voila, 8 little boxes. Now what I want you to do in each of those boxes is, to the best of your ability, draw a circle in them, similar to how I'm doing this. So it almost looks like a ice cube tray maybe, or I don't know, eggs in an ice cube tray. I don't know, little circle, little balls trapped in a prison. I don't know how that works, but so you have something like that. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to try to work on a timer, work with some sort of a timer, so that you're kind of racing a little bit to go through here. You're not spending too much time on any particular box, but you're muscling through them and trying to be as creative as possible. So I'm going to set my timer for, I've got 8 boxes, 8 minutes. It's going to be pretty fast, and it's going already. So I'm going to want to make something creative using each of these boxes. And okay, so here we go. I'm going to kind of break this down with a dotted line like this, and we're using the elements of design, shape and line and shape. We're working with a circle, and right now I'm adding some volume or some form to this ball, which is extra bonus stuff. You don't have to break it down like this. I'm just kind of being fancy Mr. Craig, but I'm creating a baseball. But now let me ask you this, honestly, do you think that I would be the only person creating a baseball, or do you think other people in the class would be creating a baseball? Yeah, other people would be creating a baseball, so that's a really something to really think about. Now here's one I'm going to make that maybe I'm the only one in class that might do it, because I watched a video about this last night. So I'm going to make some rough shapes here and just kind of do some very light shapes on here on the top, and then I'm going to give it some 3-dimensional feel to it and make it like this. And guess what I just made? Yummy! I just made a piece of sushi. Sushi. Yeah, this is one of the things that I miss the most, because you can't really get decent sushi around where I live right now. It's something that I might have to make my own. I might have to make my own sushi very soon. And right now I'm at almost 2 minutes, so I'm doing really good, staying on track. Let's see, the next one I could make here is, let's turn that into, well, this might be an obvious one, but if I go like this and make like a flames coming off the sides and kind of coming around from the middle like that. And I could even kind of put a little happy face in there, because everybody knows that is the sun, a picture of the sun. I'm not going to spend too much more time on that panel, because I think everybody's going to come up with a sun. And now I got to take extra time out of my schedule to sharpen my pencil. Oh no, I'm running low on time. I'm not gonna get it done. Okay, the next one here. I could always use it as a head for a person, but I think a lot of people are going to come up with that as their options. So I want to kind of think and try to be creative with the solutions that I'm doing. And how about if I use it like this, where it's a microphone, and have somebody's hand holding the microphone that kind of goes back here, and we'll put somebody's face in the background, and we're going to put a mask on them because it's coronavirus time right now. And this guy here is with Channel 11 News or whatever. Channel 5 I think is really good to the Boys and Girls Club. So he's on Channel 5 News, and I'll put a number 5 on the microphone as well. So my circle is a number 5. And now let me ask you this. Do you think there's going to be a lot of people in class that are going to turn it into a microphone? Probably not. That might be an original one. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to jump ahead and make this one into a can of soda. So it's like we're looking at it from the top, and we've got our opening on a can of soda. I'm trying to look at a can of soda, but I don't have one here close to me. And it's weird because when I was a kid, you used to have to tear the top off of the soda cans, and you'd end up with this little hook that you could make a chain out of when all was said and done. And now they got rid of that so that it all pushes down inside the can, which I think probably saved millions and billions of dollars of aluminum. I don't know, probably billions of dollars, I don't know. But here is my soda can, and I'm going to put dew on it because it's maybe Mountain Dew. And we're looking down on top of it. The next one here is, okay, how about this? I'm going to use it as the opposite of what is a shape. I'm going to use it as a negative space. So here's somebody's hands, and here is their nose and their face, and I'm going to make them worried because they just fell into a hole. They fell into a hole, yes indeed. So, or they're looking down from a hole. Either way, it would work. So if they're looking down from a hole, then I got to fill in this whole background box with a color so there's no light down in here. And I could spend probably the whole rest of my time coloring and shading this in decent, but I'm not going to do that because I'm still on a time crunch. I still got to get 2 more done, and I have 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So we're looking at this circle, and what could it potentially be? We're thinking, and I'm going to make myself, can you tell what this is going to be? La 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 la. What might that be? That might be a light bulb, yes indeed. Okay, so now I'm just kind of studying my environment and thinking about what other things could a circle be. You know what, I didn't even see this, but maybe I could make more than one circle and turn it into a Mickey Mouse. Okay, now I might not be the only person in class that put that on there or made a Mickey Mouse, but chances are it might be some points for me. Okay, so that would be kind of nice. And here we go, we've got a little Mickey Mouse. And ultimately we would kind of add any details now with the time remaining. And I can go in here and add some shading onto some of my drawings as we're going. And if you guys are done early, you can always add detail. Think about that as far as when you're being an artist. I so often see kids working on something and they're like, done! You know what, it ain't a race. Get out of here if you think it's a race. It's something that we're all using the same amount of time, and we want to use that time. Now is your time to get any details in there to add interest to your drawings and make people want to look at your drawings. That's your goal as an artist, is to kind of capture an audience, unless you're creating something just for yourself. In that case, you're the only one that's got to look at it, and that's fine and dandy, but you know what? It's a shame because we want the art is made for the world to share. So you want to try to see it. But again, I come back to that. Some art is just made for yourself. And that's actually can be very therapeutic, where you're working on some things that only you want to see. And that's fine. But these, let's share them with the class. Okay, so I'm adding a little flames just to add a little bit of elements of interest in this one because I didn't really work that hard on it earlier. Add a little bit more to it. And now with my sushi, let's put some chopsticks in the background. And maybe a little wad of wasabi. Ooh, that stuff is so good. But if you, boy, that cleans out your sinuses quite a bit. Oh, and time is up. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still working, now is your time to kind of finish up the thing that you were just doing, but don't go any further because the time is up. And now the fun part begins, because now we're going to share them with the class, where you're going to hold it up and show it to all of your friends so they can see what you did. And we can go around the class and say, all right, how many of you guys did a drawing of a baseball or a ball of any sort? And some kids will go, yeah, I did. So then you're going to kind of go, well, dang it, I don't get a point for that, darn it. How many of you guys did a sushi roll? And then there might be one kid that did it, and you're going to be like, really? You guys did a sushi roll? Because look at mine, I did a sushi roll. And go all the way around the room to see all the different things that people came up with. And for all the ones that you were the only one that did, you get a point for that. So ultimately, gang, you guys can come up with a whole slew of different examples for what that circle can be. And that was been a little Art Smart Shorty with Mr. Craig to kind of get your brain working in a creative way. I hope you guys are staying artistic and healthy and awesome. All right, so Mr. Craig from the Boys and Girls Club checking on out. Stay artistic, gang. Bye-bye.